In no particular order, our first avatar for the topic Protozoa is Ope Amusan. Ope is a 100-level student of University of Lagos. He's male, and he's an absolutely jolly fellow. If you have any doubt about him being jolly, I promise you that this particular class will clear you of every doubt. You know, the one condition I gave everyone is this: be free. It's your classroom, your rules, design it as you want. It's your space, personalize it, own it. That was all I said to them. And Okwe didn't just personalize it, he took it personally. I listened to his recording for the first time, and I felt like I was in a theater watching a beautiful drama. He added in laugh tracks, clap tracks, every single thing. Guys, believe me, if you have never watched a sitcom, you are about to. This is Okwe, and this is his classroom.
Let's get higher.
Hi everyone, I'm Ope, 100-level student of Unilag, and I can explain Protozoa. So, some time ago, someone gave me a video to explain how an egg would fall on a concrete floor and it would not break it. I was like, no, but that statement actually has more than one meaning. So, it's either the egg did not break the floor or the floor did not break the egg. Now, this is exactly how Protozoa is to different authors. Different authors have different views. They have different views as to how they categorize Protozoa. But whatever it is, I'll try to explain it as much as I can, centrally, basically. Protozoa is the only group of animals that are composed of a single eukaryotic cell. That immediately suggests that they are unicellular. And being unicellular, it means that they are microscopic, although not all unicellular organisms are microscopic, but most of them are microscopic. Also, they exhibit all the symmetries, that is bilaterally, radially, whatever it is. And most of them are free living. That means that they do not attach themselves to other organisms, they are free living. But some are parasitic, some are saprophytic. Example is Gardia. Gardia is parasitic. So basically, this is just the general characteristics of the phylum Protozoa. And also, one of the ways you can use to remember the characteristics is to use the Mr. Ninja we taught in secondary school. So you can choose a subphylum or a phylum and ask yourself, how do they move, how do they respire, how do they eat, how do they grow, how do they excrete, how do they reproduce. So that's one of the ways you can use to remember the characteristics of the phylums or the subphylums. So the phylum Protozoa actually has subphylums, and there are 4 in number. So in 2020 there was a pandemic, and then everybody was forced to do what they did not like. They were forced to stay at home, which I did, and to use sanitizers and to wear face masks. Now this is my point: face mask, spelled M-A-S-K. For this purpose, we are going to use M-A-S-C. So once you remember this scenario, you can use it to remember the subphylums of Protozoa. So M-A-S-C, instead of the K, we are using M-A-S-C, mask. So M for Mastigophora, A for AP complexa, S for Sakurina, and C for Silifora, if I pronounce it right. So Silifora. In some textbooks, they actually have other names, but that's not a problem. Their names are actually gotten from something that has to do with them. For example, Mastigophora, otherwise known as Flagellata. It means that they move by flagella. Or the subphylum Ciliophora, they move by cilia. So you see that, and it's always advisable you know at least 1, or let me say 2 or 5. At least you shall know an organism from each subphylum. So you know that Rhizopoda or Sarcodinas. Those ones have an example from that subphylum is Amoeba. An example from Ciliata is Paramecium. An example from Sporozoa is Plasmodium. An example from Flagellata is Trypanosoma or Iglina.
Oh my god, this class is so fun. I feel like I'm watching my favorite sitcom. My favorite sitcom, for those of you that don't know, is Big Bang Theory. Why the surprise? You all know I'm in it. That's why my name is Jack now. So what's your favorite sitcom? Tell me. Tell me in the comment section below. Okay, before I forget. Farida sent me here to say something. She said I should remind you that you should not forget to like, upload, share and comment on this podcast. And it's true, even me too, I'm going to do my own. I'm going to like and share and upload and comment because this is just too interesting. Let's all show up where the love that you deserve. You guys should let me go. I need to go and like, upload, share and comment on this podcast. You know that I love it so much. Bye.
So for the subphylum Mastigophora or Flagellata, they are free-living. They have one type of nucleus. Actually, 3 of the 4 subphylums actually have one type of nucleus. It's only Ciliata that has 2 types of nuclei. So the adults move by their name, flagella. Their method of feeding is variable, and pellicle is present. For Apicomplexa, otherwise known as Sporozoa, those ones are parasitic. They have one type of nucleus. The adults move feeble, feeding organelles lacking, and pellicle is present, so they have a definite shape. Asexual reproduction is by sporogeny or cisogony. An example is Plasmodium. So for Sakurina, otherwise known as Rhizopoda, these ones are free-living. It means that they do not attach themselves to other organisms. They are rarely parasitic. They have one type of nucleus. Their adults move by pseudopodia, and they also use the pseudopodia as a means of catching food. And they do not have pellicle, which means that they do not have a definite shape. An example is Amoeba. Amoeba doesn't have a definite shape. Their sexual reproduction is by binary fission. And the last one is Ciliata Silifora, and as the name implies, they move by cilia, and they also capture their food by means of cilia. Pellicle is present, so they have a definite shape. They are also free-living and rarely parasitic. They have 2 types of nuclei. They also undergo both sexual and asexual reproduction. Their asexual reproduction is by transverse binary fission, and their sexual process is by conjugation. An example is Paramecium.
Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless America.
Make it move, make it groove. Make it move, make it groove.
The best test of knowledge is in the act of communication. Are you confident that you have read a topic very well? And are you sure that you have mastered that topic in zoology to its roots? If yes, then what are you waiting for? Slide in our DM and tell us you can explain. By doing this, you're not just helping others, you're certifying and verifying how well you are grounded with the topic. Once again, I'm Okoefa Farida, your personal online study buddy, and I would like to thank you for listening. By the way, Jack is somewhere in the background screaming thank you too, but his voice is too tiny, I'm sure you can't hear him.
Yes, I should tell you thank you for listening. I was busy commenting and sharing with my friends. I've shared to a lot of my friends and they love it so much. And I just want to keep sharing. I hope you have shared too. You know, we agreed to share. Yes, so let's not be stingy. Let's share it, okay? So share it with your friends, like the podcast, comment, and
Okay, that's enough, Jack.
I'll see you next episode. Bye.
Bye, scholars.